Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk
about Trump trying to circumvent his gag order by using MAGA congressmen to spout all his grievances that he has regarding being put on trial.
Now, for those who weren't aware of it, what the judge, when he issued the gag order, basically said Trump could not attack the members of the prosecution. They could attack Alvin Bragg and the judge.
Yes.
You couldn't attack the witnesses.
No.
You can't attack the jury.
No.
You can't attack the staff of the court or the staff of the district attorney. Yeah. And you can't attack the families of anybody.
Yes.
You know, the stuff that Trump is saying is denying him his First Amendment rights and such. So, and Trump always tries to push the envelope on that. And he's been convicted 10 times now of violating the gag order to the whopping tune of $10,000, which to me or you would be a lot of money. Yeah. To Senator Bob Menendez, it's a pair of boots.
Yeah. and to Trump, it's Trump change, right?
Exactly. And he just sells some more of his Trump $2 bills.
Yeah,
at $100 a pop.
Yeah, a couple NFTs or some couple shares at DJT stock, and he's got that bill covered.
So the other part of that gag order is not only could Trump not say that, he can't repost things like on Truth Social. He can't repost something Tucker Carlson said. But you can't encourage other people to do it either. Basically have people act as your agents. But in order to test that theory, several members of Congress have come out last week to support Trump and violate the gag order for him.
Yeah, so MAGA Mike Johnson, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I don't think she was there. I don't think she got invited to it. Lauren Boebert was there.
Boebert was there. Getz was there. Senator Tuberville was there. Just
J.D. Vance.
They're basically just airing his grievances for him.
And they attacked the witnesses. They went after the judge's daughter, and so on and so forth. And a couple of them, even Matt Gaetz, said, "Yeah, we're doing this for Trump because Trump can't violate his gag orders, so we're doing it for him." Yeah. It's this arrogance of, if we acknowledge it up front that we're doing it, then it's not a crime. Trump has made a career out of this.
Yes, indeed.
Now, when I've thrown on this, and I have videos up on my personal page on this one, what I was getting from it is that the judge, and I believe even Susan Lin saw this too, probably Linda G as well, that the judge is just trying to get this case to the jury.
Yep.
He doesn't want to fool with these people right now. But my question is, will he and the district attorney try and get these guys after the trial? Because it's not like there's a statute of limitations of this gag order that, well, so long as Trump's under the gag order, then you can prosecute him. But if the gag order is lifted, because the trial's done, then they can't prosecute him anymore. I don't think it works like that.
Okay, well, let's see. Will Trump face consequences for having MAGA congressmen violate the gag order for him?
Let's go take a look. Entertainment purposes only. What's the energy around the judge, Trump, and this gag order? Let's ignore the case for a second. Let's just focus. Will Trump suffer consequences for this gag order? So I get the victory card as the signifier, the 6 of wands. This could very well be that, this could be Trump's way of circumventing. He's found the clever way to circumvent it.
Yes, he certainly thinks he's won.
Yeah, I think he thinks he's won too on this one. Cross with the Ace of Wands. And underneath is 2 of Cups. Okay, there is absolutely an agreement in place here between Trump and those surrogates. It's like Trump knows he can't win this court case with this gag order, so he has to come up with a different plan.
Yep.
And that's to roll in some surrogates to come in and do it. Now, these guys will... They're Lena Rodriguez refers to this as the Fred Flintstone Club when it's low energy. They're going to think that, okay, if we just say up front that we're doing it for Trump, but we'll deny that he ever told us to do it. We're doing it on our own volition. They think that protects them. And it might on the short term. Hell, it might protect them on the long term. And I'm sure that Trump, there's not going to be any phone records connecting Trump to any of the individuals that showed up to violate the gag order in front of the courthouse. I assure you that there will be no phone records for that. Why should there be when you can have any one of a number of intermediaries? Trump can have Eric call somebody who texts somebody else who gets back to a contact for the Congress people. There's no reason. It would be foolish for Trump to text or call somebody directly involved with any of this.
And Mike Johnson met with Trump before the Marjorie Taylor Greene had proposed to oust him, and there's nothing saying that he and Trump didn't come to some sort of an arrangement that, if you call off your MAGA dogs on this recusal vote, I can round up these MAGA congressmen and we can air your grievances for you. A little quid pro quo. And that certainly could have been done verbally.
Yeah, and that would be one example of how you do it. That's a little bit far back, I think, though. I think here's one of the problems that Trump is going to face. One reporter in the court happened to be looking at what Trump was writing. Trump was writing on some paper the words that Mike Johnson was saying, and he was making edits.
Oh, boy.
When Mike Johnson went out there, he was reading off of a piece of paper.
Oh, my.
This was not his free-thinking thoughts. He was reading off a prepared statement. So if you can connect Mike Johnson, that paper, back to Trump, and that reporter seeing it, you've got yourself a violation of the gag order against the judge's daughter.
Yeah.
That's not gonna play well. That's gonna hurt.
Yes.
They say. Okay, so what was the question again? This happens to me a lot.
Yeah. So Trump violating the gag order.
Is there any consequences for that after it? Yeah. In the past, we got the five of cups. This is Trump just not being held. He's being held accountable. He cannot get around this gag order. He basically. What Trump tries to do, and he did this with the Mueller report, he tries to take these things to the court of public opinion, and just like a PR campaign, just repeats his truth until his slathering zombie mind followers agree with him. And it has to be 3 words: stop the steal, lock her up.
Make America great again. Oh,
fries with that. You get the idea. It's got to be simple.
Yeah, staccato, short and simple.
Current situation. He's been getting fines for violating the gag order. So how do you get your message out to others? Now, I want you to think about this, though. If all those people just posted on social media about this, it wouldn't reach a wide audience. So why did they go to the courthouse to do it? Because there's a microphone set up front. And they know they've got all the reporters and the cameras and stuff like that. So the media itself is to blame because they have set up the conditions to allow these congressmen
messaging to get
to
out.
Exploit this. Just like Trump with his accordion of hypnotic falsehoods goes out there on a daily basis. Okay. He's stopped. Stop out of it. It's that same thing. They're providing a forum.
Witch hunt! Oh, sorry.
Oh. Trump Derangement syndrome.
Yeah. Uniparty.
Yeah. The media is equally to blame for it because they provide a forum for these folks to talk. Now, the media loves it because it sells a lot of
it's ratings. Money.
So, the media is equally guilty and should also be incarcerated.
Oh, well, maybe that is the media.
It probably is.
You got the justice.
It's outside the courthouse.
Scales of justice.
Overarching energy is the Sun card. Now, for those familiar with my readings, I will tell you the Sun card's about truth and truth being exposed. The truth is not a friend of Donald Trump.
And he has a pretty tough relationship with the truth.
And Gary will appreciate this. It's also not the friend of the Republican Party currently. As a Republican,
it's an alternative truth.
Yes.
It's a truth if you don't think about it too much.
Yeah, it makes sense if you don't think about it.
Exactly.
To me, it's like you don't have to prove this. Jim, any reasonable-minded person who hasn't drunk deep from the cult's Kool-Aid of 805
yes.
Firewalker Ranch
I've been drinking from it.
Ale, they know what they saw. They know exactly what's happening.
Oh yeah. It doesn't take a Rhodes Scholar to figure this one out.
This is like one of those things where Democrats and Republicans can all agree. You know, what's good? It's like, come on, they're violating the gag order for him, and if you think that they're not in cahoots, you're just
kidding yourself.
Purposely obtuse on this. Like, come on, it's like, you know, you could argue whether or not they'll ever be held accountable, or, you know, whether Trump should have been under a gag order or not. But, you know, if they can't agree with you on that, there's no sense in talking with them. They've drunk the Kool-Aid.
Yep.
Do you think it's grape flavored or cherry, or is it red?
I don't think it matters.
Is it grape or red? There's the mercenaries. The lesson to be learned: the Nine of Pentacles is the mercenary card. People that will do things for money, things of value. You know, there's a lot of talk that the people that did this are his VP candidates. And there might be some truth to that.
I think it's just more they're looking to get reelected. They're showing their MAGA supporters that we are behind Trump. Because, you know, Trump is going to be the presumptive Republican nominee. He's got a very rabid and loyal base. And they want to make sure that base is voting for him so they can stay in power.
And Trump has taken over the RNC. He's put the TNC over it. So they've put a chokehold on all the cash through the Republican National Committee. And Trump's PAC sucked out all the small donation donors, and McCarthy left and took the big donation donors with them. Yep. So there's a money problem. So the only money that's available is through Trump.
Yep.
So if you want to get any of that election money, you have to go through Trump. If you want to fundraise from MAGA folks, you have to do spectacles like this, and then post it up on your page and say, you know, donate money to me to help support Trump and fight his
fight the Democrats.
Yeah, those evil Marxist Democrats and their witch hunts, fascist and things like Democrat.
Just take whatever negative adjective, throw Democrat at the end of it, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. So
I still haven't figured out how a Democrat can be fascist, but you know, that's. Hey. Once again, if you don't think about it, it makes sense, right?
Well, there was a guy with a funny mustache who took over the National Socialist Party and turned it into a fascist party. Just because the name had socialist in the title didn't mean it was socialism.
No.
Okay. Anyways, come on down here. What's the outcome of all this? Nine of Pentacles, the woman of means. Are they going to be held accountable for it? I don't think so. I hate to say that because it's not fair. I think it's just, in the end of the day, this case is about Trump paying off Stormy Daniels to keep her story quiet about
he can get reelected.
So that evangelicals and women didn't find out about his boorish behavior with women right after the Access Hollywood tape came out.
Yep.
That's what this thing is all about. All the spectacle outside is irrelevant to what's going on in the courtroom. So will they be held to account? It almost doesn't matter. You know, we'd like to see it because again, the Sun card, we see it for what it is. And it's corrupt, and we all can see what's happening here. But it's such small potatoes in the grand scheme of things. Yeah. And believe me, I know potatoes when I see them, and there were dozens of potatoes coming up in front of those cameras wearing red ties talking to the public about how Trump's being railroaded here.
Oh my goodness.
So will they be held accountable? They should be, but don't hold your breath on that one, and don't get aggravated or disappointed when it doesn't happen. When Trump is held accountable for like January 6th and stuff like that, or if he goes to the great McDonald's in the sky, as Susan Lin refers to it, or he has some heart attack stroke, and he's drooling into a cup, and he's not healthy enough to stand trial. Guess who's next? Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, James Gomer, Jim Jordan, Louis Gomer, excuse me, Jim Jordan, James Comer, what's that jerk from? Come on, David, pull it out. Chuck Grassley. These guys, not JD Vance, the Chicken Man.
Purdue?
No, he's the senator that was giving the fist pump to
yeah.
Josh Hawley.
Josh Hawley, yes.
You have to give yourself permission to remember all these.
There's
so many of them. I'm not a dumb person, but man, that's a lot of names to take care of. So finishing that thought, when Trump is no longer viable to be prosecuted, they're going after these folks. And I had a reading where I thought Marjorie Taylor Greene's already been served a target letter. And whether or not that's happened, I'm not sure. If it hasn't happened, it will happen. Susan Lin and I disagree with that. That's fine. I agree with her. If it hasn't happened, it will happen. And then we're going to start seeing all these other dominoes fall. And it's going to be a celebration every time one of them is held to account for their criminal behaviors. And in the end, you'll forget about this little stunt because it's just so small compared to the problems that they're going to be facing later on.
Yeah, let's get the big fish first, and then we'll go after the little fish after that.
Yeah, and make sure you get those fish on the best charges you can get them on.
Yeah.
You want to get the guy for speeding and reckless driving if they rolled the stop sign or failed to yield or something like that. That's kind of minor stuff. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I do have some thoughts.
Do you want more readings? More throws?
No, I think...
Have we dug down deep enough?
I think we've dug on that one. Just my thought on this is, you don't have to win every battle to win the war.
Yeah.
So, let's get Trump held accountable, and then, the little monkeys that serve him, we'll get them. They'll get there soon enough. Karma does catch up with you.
And that's something else, yeah. Because Trump always double downs and he fights everything. He's run out of energy. He's run out of money. He's run out of resources because he feels the need to fight everything. So as more and more investigations, more and more prosecutions come on, he has to bleed his base dry. And from all accounts, those donations are going down too. So even they have run out of patience for saving the billionaire from himself.
Yep.
And all that money comes away from Republican candidates.
Yes. Well, they still have DJT stock, so he still has one last piggy bank that he can tap into.
And you heard about the auditing company he used, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they've been banned from auditing.
Yeah, I don't think that.
He's on his fourth auditing company for that now.
I don't think this bodes well for DJT stock.
No. But what they've been going after the short sellers, so the stock price has actually gone up. So we'll just we'll see. The market they're not allowing the free markets to reign on the DJT stock. So I hate to say it, but there's going to be a lot of people who are really diehard Trump supporters that if that stock tanks, they are really going to be in a bad situation.
Yeah, they're the ones that are going to be left holding the bag.
Yeah, on the other side, if he does pull off this presidential election and he wins it, that stock is going to stay nice and high. And because, every foreign nation is like, oh, I could buy a piece of Donald Trump. I just got to buy DJT stock. Invest in Truth Social. I mean,
I think he would just prefers suitcases full of cash to be delivered to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's already pimped himself out to the oil industry. It's whoever's got the most money. The big grift will go on for another 4 years.
Now for those just want to say, he's not going to win. He's not going to win. Yeah. It is not going to happen. Well, yeah. Don't get anxious. And here's how you prevent it from happening. Go out and vote.
Vote. I mean, yeah, it's up to us. I mean, Dave and I did a reading, and we kept waiting for the Justice Department to save us, or the Senate to save us through impeachment, and
the Republican Party to walk away from him after the insurrection.
I mean, the fact that this guy is still a viable candidate and is going to be their presidential nominee after everything that's happened is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what? It's up to us to stop him.
Yeah.
The Democrats and the Republicans to say, enough. No, we don't want this. The Constitution is more than a piece of paper, and it's not for sale. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
And as my brother's campaign sign in front of his house said,
I'm a Republican, not an idiot. Biden-Harris.
That's right. So
I do have that sign.
So for those folks that are like, I hate Republicans and stuff like that, Gary's a Republican.
Yeah,
He's been a Republican for years.
Yeah, but I'm not MAGA. So, it's unfortunately MAGA and Republican have become synonymous. And they're not the same.
And that's only because the Republican leadership have had the spines of jellyfish.
Oh, God, yeah.
And so they won't stand up to them because they're too afraid of not being reelected or getting money.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to, I don't know, leading.
Yeah, imagine that.
The leader's not leading.
So
Unfortunately, it's a deserved synonymous relationship because there are very few people that will show the spine to separate themselves and say, this is not normal, I don't support it. Those people already got chased out.
Yeah.
And so now what you have is a bunch of sniveling little rat-faced gits.
So go out there and vote. Let's restore some order and some common sense and maybe some kindness to this nation. Get rid of this nastiness that's MAGA.
Yeah. And we've got get through the vote out. We've got 2 years. If the Democrats can take the president and all of Congress, you got 2 years.
Yep.
We have a 2-year reprieve to get a bunch of stuff done, not the least of which is restoring women's reproductive rights, but also trying to get legislation passed and succeeding in getting legislation passed to protect voters' rights, reduce gerrymandering, and put election security things in place so that it makes it more difficult for voter suppression, gerrymandering, and outright cheating to prevail. There's more Democrats than Republicans. If you can just even the playing field, the Democrats are going to win until the Republicans come up with a campaign platform that is more appealing to the masses in the United States.
The folks towards the center, they have to bring it back towards the center. They've strayed too far to the right, and they're alienating at least 20% of the Republican Party because Nikki Haley's still pulling 20% with her zombie campaign.
Exactly. Okay, so we'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching this channel. We appreciate it. Leave a like, comment, share the video if you like. Do what you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so it makes it out to a wider audience.
Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.
We'll catch you on the next video.
Bye.